Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I'm back to reading Deepak Chopra's The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. And if you've been with me for a while, I talked about the law of pure potentiality, the law of giving and receiving, the law of karma or cause and effect, the law of least effort, the law of intention and desire. And today I'm going to talk about the law of detachment. If you've been practicing sitting still, getting quiet, giving thanks, getting into an attitude of gratitude, and then imagining, what do you really want? Sometimes that can take you into the opposite direction and wonder, yeah, that'd be nice, but it would be a wonderful way to live, and there's all these things going well in my life, and life is pretty good, and I really want that. And then the yeah buts start. Yeah, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah, but all these people that I know tell me it can't be done. I want you to never mind what the voices in your head say, or your loved ones, or people that know you as the former you, or the current reality of the version of you. But I want you to think about, what do you really want from the place that you've already experienced it. It's already done. You know in your mind what it looks like, what it feels like. You have experienced it already. What did that do for you? What did that do to your body? How did that make you feel? Getting into that feeling is the most important. You can talk yourself out of what you want so easily when you try and figure out how it's going to happen. The universe has infinite possibilities, infinite potential. We don't even understand the word infinite because it means no beginning and no end. And our human brain, our intelligence can't even begin to sort that out. So if there's something that you really want, I want you to listen to this law of detachment and not worry about how. Just let the universe sort it out. Let the universe do the heavy lifting. You figure out, you decide, what do you want? And the universe will figure out the details of how to make it happen in your life. When you decide what you want and get into alignment, your mind, your heart, and your actions. So Deepak Chopra tells us the sixth spiritual law of success, the law of detachment, says that the way to acquire anything in the universe is to relinquish our attachment to it. This doesn't mean we give up the intention to create our desire. We don't give up the intention, and we don't give up the desire. We give up our attachment to the outcome. The moment we combine one pointed intention with detachment to the outcome, we will have that which we desire. Now, maybe your human brain is already thinking, well, I don't understand how to do that because if I'm desiring it, I have placed my attention on what I really want. I have the intention of bringing it into my life, and I'm practicing feeling like I already have it. What do you mean by letting go, detaching from the outcome? Deepak Chopra says anything we want can be acquired through detachment, because detachment is based on the unquestioning belief in the power of the self. The source of wealth or of anything in the physical world is the self, the field of pure potentiality that knows how to manifest everything. All we need to do is nurture our deepest intentions in our heart and go with the flow. Detachment comes from an inner knowingness that we are a pattern of behavior of a higher intelligence. Detachment comes from an inner knowingness that we are a pattern of behavior of a higher intelligence. Let that sink in. That version of you, the higher intelligence, the spiritual spark of divine energy that resides in you, experiencing life, experiencing what you want and experiencing what you don't want in order to figure out, determine, decide what you do want. That's all part of life. If you had everything you wanted, you'd be done with this lifetime. There wouldn't be a need for you to be here anymore. If you knew how to get what you want, you'd already be doing it. The universe can surprise and delight you. Deepak says, when things don't seem to go our way, we can let go of our idea of how things should be. We know that in our limited awareness, we cannot see the synchronistic, harmonious patterns of the universe of which we and our intentions are a part. Attachment, on the other hand, implies doubt and distrust in nature's intelligence and its infinite organizing power. Attachment is the melodrama of the ego because it is based on fear and insecurity, and this comes from not realizing the power of the self. Those who seek security chase it for a lifetime without ever finding it, because security can never come from material wealth alone. People say, when I have $1 million, then I'll be financially independent, then I'll be secure. But it never happens. Attachment to money and security only creates insecurity, no matter how much money we have in the bank. Attachment to the symbols of wealth, cars, houses, banknotes, creates anxiety because the symbols are transitory. They come and go. When we exchange ourself for the symbols of ourself, we end up feeling empty inside. The search for security is actually an attachment to certainty, to the known, and the known is the prison of our past conditioning. Freedom from our past lies in the wisdom of uncertainty. Without uncertainty, life is just the repetition of outworn memories. There's no evolution in that. And when there is no evolution, there is stagnation, entropy, and decay. In ancient wisdom traditions, the solution to this dilemma lies in our willingness to detach from the known, step into the unknown, and surrender our desires to the creative mind that orchestrates the dance of the universe. The unknown is the field of all possibilities, ever fresh, ever new, always open to the creation of new manifestations. This field, this invisible field of possibility and potential, can orchestrate an infinity of space-time events to bring about the outcome intended. But when our intention gets locked into a rigid mindset, we lose the fluidity, flexibility, and creativity inherent in the field. Attachment to a specific outcome freezes our desire into a rigid framework, and this interferes with the whole process of creation. True wealth consciousness is the ability to have anything we want, anytime we want, with the least effort. Detachment is synonymous with wealth consciousness because with detachment, there is freedom to create. How can we create when we're clinging and grasping and full of anxiety? We don't need to have a complete and rigid idea of what we'll be doing next week or next year, because if we get rigidly attached to that idea, then we shut out a whole range of possibilities. The law of detachment does not interfere with goal setting. We have the intention of going in a certain direction, but between point A and point B, there are infinite possibilities. With uncertainty factored in, we might change direction if we find a higher ideal or if we find something more exciting. When we experience uncertainty, we're on the right path, and it's the fertile ground of pure creativity and freedom. So Deepak Chopra says, how can you apply the law of detachment? Begin by practicing detached involvement. This means whenever you encounter a problem, you stay grounded in the wisdom of uncertainty while expectantly waiting for a solution to emerge. If you remain detached, you won't feel compelled to force solutions on problems. This enables you to stay alert to opportunities. And then what emerges is something powerful and exciting. The state of alert preparedness in the present means with your goals and intentions and allows you to seize the opportunity within every problem that you have in your life. Every problem is the seed of an opportunity for some greater benefit. Once you have this perception, a whole range of possibilities opens up, and this keeps the wonder and the excitement alive. Only by practicing detached involvement can you have joy and laughter. Then wealth is created spontaneously and effortlessly. The word universe means one song. One song. Your every intention or heart's desire is like a melody in nature's symphony. All you have to do is sing your song. A Rumi poem says, I want to sing like birds sing, not worrying who listens or what they think. If you can sing your song with that attitude, you are participating in the law of detachment, and nothing will be able to stop the force of your intentions. Relinquish your attachment to the known. Step into the unknown and experience all the fun, mystery, and magic of what may occur in the field of all possibilities. When your preparedness meets opportunity, a solution will spontaneously appear that benefits you and all those around you. What is commonly called good luck is nothing but preparedness and opportunity coming together. This is the perfect recipe for success and is based on the law of detachment. So here are the 3 points that Deepak Chopra gives us to experience the law of detachment. Practice detached involvement. Stay alert to the opportunity within every problem by letting go of your idea of how things should be. Accept uncertainty as an essential part of your experience. In your willingness to accept uncertainty, solutions will spontaneously appear. Do you know that I worked for the government insurance for 39 years? And there was a 5-year period that I thought, I feel like I'm meant for more. I'm good at my job. People respect me. I earn a paycheck. I have pay and benefits. I'm good at what I do, and people follow my directions and they like and respect my decisions. But I feel like something's missing. There's no joy left. I'm not excited to go to work. I know I'm meant for more, but all the things I could think of to do instead of working in that business, I couldn't see joy and excitement and fulfillment in any of those ideas either. So I stayed stuck for 5 years because I didn't know how. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't understand. I didn't know the spiritual laws of success. I just knew hard work and loyalty and doing my best and earning a paycheck and living in the current reality. And the more I did that, the more I felt tied down, depressed, stuck. And the more I focused on being stuck and fearful and anxious, the worse I felt. And of course, I couldn't think of any ideas. And one day, I decided that I was going to quit my good government job and get into this business of helping people get what they really want instead of telling them what they can't have and buying into the limited resources that people talk about in this 3D world. And I didn't know how, but I knew I couldn't stay where I was anymore. And Bob Proctor said, jump and you'll develop wings along the way. And at first it felt like I was jumping off a cliff because I was so used to knowing what I knew and doing what I did and following a pattern that quitting a good government job with pay and benefits felt like insanity. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that there was a calling, something more, something I had to do, and I couldn't do it while I was staying where I was. I decided that I was going to accept uncertainty. I was going to trust God. I was going to trust my guardian angels. I was going to trust the universe. I was going to trust that there was something else. I started to believe, I started to understand that there is a universal intelligence. I believe in one God, but I also believe that we are all connected. I believe in infinite possibilities, but my actions weren't showing that I believed that or trusted that because I held myself stuck, safe in a comfort zone. And you know what? That really wasn't comfortable. Holding myself in a place that I wasn't meant to be anymore delayed my feeling of freedom and well-being, I had to step out and prove that I had faith in the universe, that I didn't know how what I wanted was going to happen, but I had to trust the universe. I had to trust God. I had to trust that there was a bigger picture. And in my own individual thinking, my own individual brain, my own individual life, with my past thinking and past circumstances getting me to a certain stage of life, that can't be all there is. I had to take that leap of faith and trust that I would develop wings along the way. And yes, it's been a lot of uncertainty. It's been work. It's been devoted time to study. It's been disciplining myself to study, to learn something new, to give my decisions up to the universe and allow what needs to happen in order for that outcome to occur. So if you think that deciding what you want and writing it down and then going about your daily business in the spirit of what you want, your life will be fulfilled, but you have to practice well-being. You have to practice getting emotionally involved in what is it that you desire? What does that time and money freedom feel like? Not only what it looks like or what you want, what you desire, but letting go of how you have to figure it out. The universe is infinite intelligence. You're not going to compete with that no matter how smart you are, no matter how much you've figured out in your life up until now, no matter how much education you have. You have to allow some unseen force to sweep in and have that opportunity land in your lap, but you have to be in the receiving mode. Otherwise, you won't even recognize it as an opportunity. Don't focus so hard on how, but when you write down your goal, when you write down that destination, where you want to be, who you want to become, then practice in your mind, pretending what it's like to already be there, because the emotional involvement is what moves the universe. You have to take action, and then you're rewarded with different results, a different reaction. You start to notice you're having new experiences, you're having new ideas. And don't say, oh, that's too simple, it can't be, or that's too hard, I can't even try. Trust your instinct, trust your intuition. That's your higher intuition giving you the path, the next step, and the next step, so that what you really want can become part of your life. Deepak gives us a third step. So practice detached involvement, stay alert to opportunity within every problem by letting go of your idea of how things should be. Accept uncertainty as an essential part of your experience, and in your willingness to accept uncertainty, solutions will spontaneously appear. And the third step is remain open to all possibilities and enjoy every moment on the journey of your life. All the fun, mystery, and magic in the field of pure potentiality. Let the universe do the work, the heavy lifting. You get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You get into the spirit of the goal already attained. That means getting emotionally involved, getting into that feeling of fun, excitement, joy, happiness. After all, why do you want what you want? Because you believe in having it, you'll feel better, you'll feel joyful, you'll have more fun. So forget about the guilt and the worry and the shame and figuring out how it could happen. And when you start to feel afraid, worrying that it's not coming or it hasn't happened yet or you don't know how it could manifest, remember that fear is an invisible energy and faith is an invisible energy. Just flip the switch, move from fear to faith, remain open to all possibilities, and enjoy every moment on the journey of your life. All the fun, mystery, and magic in the field of pure potentiality. Take a deep breath in and let go. Let go of the how. Just get yourself into that feeling of ease and flow and well being, and let go of how it can happen. Enjoy your day. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.